Here, and today we're going to be playing the 1991 Sega classic Sonic the Hedgehog. Originally released in North America on June 23rd, 1991 for the Sega Genesis home console. And this game would not only put Sonic on the map, but it would also put Sega on the map, as the Sega Genesis would become one of the most successful best-selling consoles of the 1990s, and Sonic the Hedgehog would become one of the most successful gaming franchises of all time. And they are still putting out games for the Sonic franchise almost 30 years later. But this here, folks, is the game that started it all. And in this one, you're the Speedy Blue Hedgehog himself, and you go through 6 different zones, and the zones are basically your worlds in this game. And you travel through 3 different acts, which are basically the levels, the parts that the zones are broken up into. And the goal is to defeat the evil mad scientist Dr. Ivan Robotnik as he captures all of Sonic's animal buddies and tries to take the 6 Chaos Emeralds. And so Sonic battles him at the end of each zone, and you go through, if you have 50 rings going into Act 1 and 2 of the first 5 zones, you get transported to these special stages where you try to get the 6 Chaos Emeralds. And weirdly enough, in this game, there's only 6. All the games after this have 7. But the cool thing about sucking at playing this game, because this isn't one of my better Sonic games that I can play through, but I go through this and I get 4 of the 6 emeralds, if I remember correctly, and when I was editing this playthrough, I cut out all the bullshit and trimmed the fat down. So this ends up being a pretty smooth playthrough, which up until the 6th zone, I think I only died a couple of times, and most of the recording process was pretty smooth. And yes, I'm actually recording this off of the phone version, the mobile version that came out a couple of years ago. And this is probably the best version of Sonic 1 to play. I'll be real with you folks. Just as there's also mobile versions of Sonic 2 and Sonic CD, both of which I will probably record for this channel. But yeah, Green Hill Zone is probably one of the most iconic zones in the series, as this zone has been reused and rehashed several times in games like Sonic Generations or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And yeah, this is basically the franchise's, it's basically what World 1-1 is to Mario. But yeah, I was really looking forward to doing this playthrough. Once I realized I had enough resources to do a couple of Let's Plays here and there, I jumped aboard and I was like, yeah! And I've wanted to do something like this for a really long time, and I never thought I was actually going to be in the position to do this. But yeah, so the 6 worlds or zones in this game are Green Hill, Marble, Spring Yard, Labyrinth, Starlight, and Scrap Brain. And basically the objective is the same in each one of them. You just go around collecting rings and items, smash all the robots, and free Sonic's animal buddies there. And like I said, at the end of every 3rd act, you run into Robotnik, as he's known in the earlier North American releases. His name nowadays is Eggman, but at the end of every 3rd act, you face off with Eggman, and you'll see I do go out of my way to get a couple of things here and there, like I try to get that 1-up monitor up there, and oh yeah, one thing I was going to point out about the mobile version, you have the option of Spin Dash, which is that right there. That is the Spin Dash move, where if you hold the jump button and down at the same time, you get a little boost of speed and turn into a ball. That's not in the original version of Sonic 1, as the developers didn't think of that until Sonic 2, which that kind of in a way almost breaks certain parts of the game to have that in this version, but I'm not complaining. But yeah, so this is the end of Act 3, and we're getting ready to face off with the big badass himself, Dr. Robotnik. And there he is in his Egg-O-Matic, and he's got a little wrecking ball that he uses to try to swing at me. but we ain't gonna take that shit, are we, folks? No sir, no sir. And yeah, most of the Sonic games, it was commonplace that you only had to hit Eggman or Robotnik 8 times, and we've already just about gotten that out of the way. There's a couple of close calls I had there where I thought he was gonna hit me, but there we go, folks. There you have it. Eggman has been defeated, at least for now, and we jump over to this little capsule over here, Free Sonic's Animal Buddies. And that is Green Hill Zone, folks, the first zone in Sonic the Hedgehog. And my final thoughts on Green Hill Zone, I really do like it, but I think it's kind of overrated. I prefer some of the other zones myself. And now we move on to Marble Zone. And I will go ahead and confess, folks, that I really don't care much for Marble Zone, as it's one of the more platform-oriented levels in Sonic 1. Which, yeah, Sonic 1 is more platform-oriented than it is speed-based. As there's even a speed cap, as it's called, on Sonic, where he cannot run faster than the screen can move. Which they actually removed for Sonic 2, and it is cool as heck to be able to utilize it. But yeah, this is Marble Zone. This is the second zone in Sonic 1, and it's... like I said, folks, I don't really care much for this one. And this actually, when I was younger, was one of the zones in the game that usually made me want to put the game down. That and Labyrinth Zone. Labyrinth Zone used to be really frustrating to play, and it's extremely frustrating to play in Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis, which Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis is it's actually a Game Boy Advance port of this game. And the one thing that me and many other people have wondered for years, how do you fuck up a port of a classic game so badly? And folks, I'm probably never going to play that for the channel. I would rather just play what I consider the definitive version, which is the mobile version. You'll notice there's little buttons and you can actually see what I was doing when I recorded it. But the mobile version, there's mobile versions of 1, 2, and Sonic CD. And all three of those I will more than likely record for the channel, because all three are just fantastic classic Sonic games. But my introduction to Sonic 1 was actually, this would have been 2007, and it was when I got the Sonic Mega Collection for the Nintendo GameCube. I had already played 2 and 3 and several other games in the franchise well before I played Sonic 1. So for many years, Sonic 1 was just kind of left to the imagination for me. So when I finally got to play this game, I really enjoyed it, and I feel like I got my money's worth for that collection for sure. Though I like the sequels and the other games much better than I do the first one. Though there's not a whole lot really wrong with the first one. I do have my gripes with it though, folks. Like I said, I don't really care much for Marble Zone, and you'll see Labyrinth Zone coming up later. I was kind of dreading that one, but recording the game went pretty smooth up until about the 6th zone, where everything just went to hell. But you don't really get to see that much thanks to the magic of editing. But yeah, so this, you see me push that little block there going into the lava so I don't get burned, and then I get those rings. This is, yeah, I'll admit, folks, my nerves have been I've been on edge the whole time I've been recording this, because I just want this first Let's Play to turn out alright. And I've been really looking forward to doing this forever. I've been wanting to do Let's Plays for years, but I've just never had the means or resources I needed. And I still lack a lot of resources, but I'm still going to be able to play a pretty good chunk of games for the channel. And maybe one of these days I'll get some video capture equipment, and I'll be able to record off my consoles, and I'll be able to do even more games. By that point, the sky will be the limit. But yeah, Marble Zone isn't really all that bad, I guess. I've just never really been a fan of it. And really, it just seems like one of those, because it's one of the more platform-oriented levels in the game, which I actually kind of divide Sonic 1 up into the speed-based levels and the platform-based levels. I feel like Marble, Scrap Brain, and Labyrinth are the more platform-based levels in the game, and Green Hill, Spring Yard, and Starlight are the speed-oriented levels in the game. And I just feel like the more platform-oriented levels in the game kind of drag on more than they need to. You would think, I mean, Sonic CD is a pretty platform-based game, and you would think I would dislike it for that because of what I'm saying here, but no. Sonic CD is probably my favorite game in the classic series by a long shot. Well, I don't know. I also really like Sonic 2, and I'm really looking forward to recording that for the channel. But yeah, this is Act 3 of Marble Zone, and this is when I started having trouble, and you see Bonk. But yeah, that's where I started having a little bit of trouble there, and I think those were the only two deaths I had up until after the first act of the 6th zone, or no, that was when I started dying again. But yeah, the third act of this zone is kind of a pain to get through, honestly. And I wish I was a little bit better at Sonic 1, and you'll notice I kind of play like a jackass. But we'll get through this, and this commentary, I mean, expect these first few episodes to be kind of a bumpy ride, folks, because this is a whole new venture for me. And I'm just so excited to be able to do this kind of stuff now. And I can take my YouTube channel and do so much more with it than I ever thought I was going to be able to do. But yeah, I know right off the bat I'll be able to play Sonic 1, 2, maybe CD, and whatever else I can record off the Game Boy phone emulators. But yeah, folks, if you ever end up wanting to get some good mobile games, I recommend you get those Sonic games. You can get them off probably any app store, I would imagine, because these are the best ways to play it. And it's, like I said, it's pretty cool that you can play Sonic on the go this way. But yeah, so my introduction into Sonic the Hedgehog itself was really, I was probably about 7 or 8. It goes further back than that, though. My earliest memories of Sonic were the commercial for Sonic Adventure 2 with the real hedgehogs in it. And when I was really little, my parents had a Sega Genesis and they had Sonic 3, and I remember seeing either a demo or somebody playing Marble Garden Zone, not to be confused with Marble Zone here. But yeah, those two things always stuck out to me, and then the first Sonic game I really got to own and play was Sonic Advance 3 for the Game Boy Advance. And I love that game to death, and I would say that's my second favorite Sonic game of all time behind CD. And maybe one day I'll play that for the channel, and maybe even play all 3 Sonic Advance games. But around that time, I got Sonic Advance 3, and there was also a cartoon series called Sonic X that was on every Saturday morning, and even though it's cringy as hell to watch now, I thought it was so cool back then, and I used to try to get up early every Saturday morning to watch it. But yeah, so Marble Zone, like I said, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I know I've said that like 100 times now, but I'm just looking forward to getting on with Spring Yard Zone and getting on with the business here. Oh, that was a close call, though. I almost got my ass handed to me right there, folks. But yeah, I had a blast recording this for the channel, and but yeah, now we are almost to the end of the act. Yep, and now we are at the end of the act where we face off against Dr. Eggman again, or Robotnik. But yeah, there you see him dropping his little fireballs, and you gotta avoid the fireballs. and you gotta avoid those and try to hit him when he's down there. Yeah, just like so, and you hit him 8 times, and it's pretty much rinse, lather, repeat. And as you notice, most of the boss battles against him are pretty easy in this game. But yeah, we just kicked his ass, and once again, you jump on the capsule there, release your animal buddies, and folks, that was part 1, and I will see you for part 2.
Keep your stick on the ice.